I think it's just going to be a normal. I wouldn't say normal, but you kind of know what to expect. Physical, fast, division opponent. So it's definitely someone you're very familiar with. So uh, we should, not be surprised by how much they work and how much they try to compete. Yeah, well, last year was a little bit different. I mean, it was my first playoffs, so and we were the away team, right? We had the lower seeds, so the first couple of games in Calgary were very, the emotion, adrenaline was running really high. So, but playing at our rink, it's really, it's the energy and everything is just as fun. So, just got to take it one game at a time and just keep approaching every game as if it was last.
You want to improve all the time. I mean, everyone does, but you really work at this. What did you improve on this year, and what's been the process?
Well, I think everyone really adjusted to playing for Pete. I think it's obvious. You look at our record, it improved last year. So for me, it's just staying confident. I didn't really change much, just maybe a little more poise. Made some more plays this year, and our power play took a step in the right direction too. So that was something I wanted to really improve this year was the power play and how I perform on there. So I just want to try to keep that rolling in the playoffs.
Jason, he talked about ending the season playing the right way. You guys are in on a 6-game winning streak. Everything's great. How much of that really carries over to the playoffs?
Well, I'm sure a little bit of it does, but I mean, once the first drop, I think all that stuff's kind of irrelevant. I think definitely when you're feeling the puck, getting your touches, everyone's getting, making plays these past couple weeks. I'm sure the confidence is riding high, but who knows? First period of game one, you could be, sloppy, losing handle of pucks, and everything goes down the drain. So I think it's just staying at that neutral position, mentally being ready for whatever happens. Obviously, you want to feel good and confident going into playoffs, in which we are. But I think what more importantly is in the first game, you just got to set the tone and mentally just find your game. And everyone on the team has each other back, so we have that camaraderie to help us get through that.
We see Oettinger from afar during the course of the game, but playing alongside him for the last couple of years, what have you learned about him? Goalie in his first.
Yeah, well, I know Jakey takes a lot of pride in his work. That's something he's seen when he was in the American League to now, but just the fact that he's always coming to the rink and doing what he needs to do to prepare to get ready and on the ice. I think what really, you look at this past couple of years, that what he's kind of seen is how much poise he's gained. Just always so calm on the ice, always so ready and focused, and you always, can rely on him making a big save or having your back on the ice, an offensive breakdown or everything. You trust him, and just that poise and that confidence and swagger he's had over these past couple of years that he's developed is something that is an advantage for us, especially after last year's playoffs. Definitely had a lot of swagger then, so I'm sure we'll have that same type of swagger this coming playoffs. Well, when he goes down on me, I want to try to score more, but I mean now he's a lot of rest. But no, I mean, I still want to try to bury on Jakey, but I mean Wedgie's. I still go at it with Wedgie all the time, so I know we're getting a third goalie here too. So I mean that'll be fun to score on him.
With your line, what's the chemistry like? It's been there for 3 years, basically. Now, is it just when you get out there, it's all immediate? You don't even have to think.
Yeah, well, I think this playoffs, everything's so tight and so hard that everyone plays you really close and tight checking and everything. So I think what we got to do as a line is try to, I would say, communicate a little bit more going into this game. It's not just a regular game where we show up and we just do our thing. We have to really focus and bear down and work on what's going to happen, how we're going to be able to produce, because we know that the opposition is looking at us, our line, and knows that we're a threat on the ice. So we have to work to create more opportunities, more chances, better forechecks, everything in order to try to combat that. So it's a great challenge, and we're ready. We're going to be ready to do that.
As far as the power different when you're playing in Minnesota that you've seen 4 times during the year. How do you prepare to attack a penalty kill that you're going to be seeing 4, 5, 6, 7 games?
Yeah, I know that. I remember last year, I don't think we had a power play goal the whole playoffs against Calgary. Not for the lack of opportunities, I don't remember, but I don't think we scored one goal. So that was definitely something kind of slowed us back last year, and it kind of really, you don't really think about it until you're actually in how much of special teams plays a big part. Your power play could win you a series, the Stanley Cup, everything. So for us, we just need to approach it, not being sloppy. I know our power play at home has been not as great as the road, which is slightly disappointing, but we're going to have to try to bear down, especially on our breakouts, getting the puck into the offensive zone with possession, because once we do that, I think we have all the skill in the world to try to make plays and try to break down the penalty kill and create chances. Yeah, well, I'm not. It's a lot more. It was a lot intense. Yeah, last year I wouldn't say. Last year we were the lower seed, so there wasn't too much pressure on us last year. We just squeaked in, and we were just trying to beat the Flames, beat the team that everyone picked ahead of us. But this year, these are just two great teams, and it can go any one way. So there's not there's pressure on both teams to win. But for me to perform is something I don't forget what I did last year. I know it was generally a low-scoring series anyways last year, but I just got to, like I said before, talking about Rup and Pav, we just need to keep working and communicating to try to create more chances, because everything gets tighter in the playoffs, especially on the top guys. So that's something that we have to fight through, and we have to be ready for game one. Yeah, I don't know if it was a tight race. He significantly beat me out a lot of votes, so I know it wasn't that tight. But anyways, yeah, you just see the development, how much he's taken over as their main guy, as their top scorer, top player, and so dynamic on the ice. And you just have to know when he's always out there. I think he's someone that just can elude you, can get away, and just make something happen out of nothing, and just create so much. So. It's great to see that, he's just someone that I guess, kind of competed for, really take that stride. But I wanted to do that myself, and in this series, it's just, we just got to win and not care about other players. Yeah, well, I said it many times before. Pav's obviously a leader. This is my second playoff series with him. I had the pleasure of watching his valiant effort in the bubble. He had a fantastic bubble playoff, so I saw how much he produced and worked and led our team to the final. So, it's great to have that leadership. But we have plenty of veterans on our team, the guys to fall back on, and we're just going to try to push as hard as we can for them.
Speaking of voting, I had somebody from a different market text me and say Jason Robertson's defensive game, wow. What about your defensive side? Do you think it's underrated?
Well, that's a good question, because no, I don't think it's underrated. But if our top line, me, Rup, Pav, we're producing a lot of offense, we're majority of the time not in the defensive zone, which is kind of a luxury. But I think just being as a defensive player, as a winger especially, just being in the right place at the right time, not really cheating for offense, getting behind your guy and letting your guy just take that free ice. So just being responsible in the defensive zone and trying to stay above your guy coming up the ice. It's pretty, at the end of the day, it's not simple to play defense, but as long as you stay in front of your guy and stay on D side, it's, you're limiting a lot of chances against. So, but I'm on a line who's, you don't look far into plus minus, but Pat was the leading forward in plus minus. So we have a lot of guys out there taking good defensive responsibility, and we're going to need that going into the playoffs.
Jason, while still being a young player, how important was it for you to back up last year's
Well, I always wanted to take the extra step this year. I mean, after all the stuff that happened over the summer, I just wanted to come in and play and really just take that next step. But it took me a little while to get into it. But once I did, you kind of find that stride. I didn't realize how much P comes in and changes kind of the way we wanted to play, which kind of favors the way I want to play. So that was definitely an advantage. So I mean, I just wanted to keep performing, keep playing well, stay a leader offensively as well as defensively, and try to be the best player I can be and help this team get to the playoffs where we are now, and try to do that in the playoffs.